This is a very sweaty Tom with Thomas Andrews Small Business Advisors. You can check us out at www.thomas-andrew.org. It's the weekend. In fact, it's a long weekend. And if you have that luxury, if your operation happens to be closed on the weekend or gives you a couple of days off during the week, you need to use some of that time to recharge your emotional and physical batteries. For me, it's kind of obvious what that looks like. You have different things, so do your thing. You know, we work with small businesses and entrepreneurs and budding entrepreneurs every single day. And while we're generally there to talk about whatever internal issues they may have, operational concerns, finance concerns, HR concerns, or simply strategic planning concerns, one of the last things we ask every single client is, how are you doing emotionally with your business? That is, how are you feeling as a human being about operating your business? And that's a very important question that a lot of folks in this industry do not ask. Because if you are not at your whole, if you are not at your, at least above 90% mark of being a whole person, your business is going to suffer. And if your business suffers, your customers don't get what they want, your employees aren't likely going to be very happy. It's very important that you take care of yourself and recharge your batteries. Now, as we ask that question about how are you doing emotionally as a business owner, inevitably the same thing comes up over and over again. And that is, they say, I didn't anticipate how my friends would react to either me doing my own thing and taking charge and going out there and forging the frontier of entrepreneurship. I also didn't anticipate how maybe some of them would be jealous that I'm actually doing what I want to do. And in fact, we made a video about this, I don't know, probably a couple of months ago, that one of the things entrepreneurs don't contemplate as they get into business is what it may do to their friendships. And frankly, what that really means is that human nature assigns us to believe that misery loves company. If you were maybe in a group of folks that were just kind of all even keel and just kind of going through life, and then all of a sudden, one of you gets off the sofa, gets out of the regular routine and creates their own business, creates their own thing, finds their passion, and advances that, human nature will show you maybe who your friends were all along. Because the folks that continue to root for you, the folks that want to support your business, heck, the folks that will go out and talk positively about your business, those are your friends. But you'll also see a few that'll kind of rise to the surface that aren't so happy that you're doing your own thing, that aren't so happy that you are happy. And folks, frankly, those people weren't your friends in the first place. So anyway, this is just something that comes up almost at least a couple of times a week as we talk to entrepreneurs. I didn't really realize how my friends were going to deal with this, or the people in my inner circle, how they were going to deal with this, and how even though we're doing pretty good, some of my friends aren't very happy, and they say snide things behind my back about my business. That's human nature, and human nature has an amazing way of showing us who's really in our corner. So anyway, the point of all this, it is a long weekend. Take time for yourself if you have that luxury, if you have that opportunity, and if you don't have that, 2 scheduled days off, carve out some time during the week just for you. Because what's going on in here and up here is absolutely vital to the success of your business. Again, this is Tom with Thomas Andrews Small Business Advisors. We would love to be on your team.